Let's talk about financial assets. Financial assets are easily tradable assets or liquid assets, or some we can even call it intangible assets. I say that again, they are easily tradable assets, liquid assets, or intangible assets that gets its value majorly from a promise of future payments, contractual rights, or ownership claim. So let me break it down. By the time I give examples of financial assets, you will understand more. Because what many people invest in when it comes to investment, what they want to invest in is what they can see. And we call that physical assets. And we will be looking at the types of financial assets and the types of physical assets that we have in this video. So let's look at some of the examples so that we begin to understand the definition, which is easily tradable assets. Liquid means it is not in physical form. And when we say intangible, it still means it is not tangible. It is not something that can be moved like real estate, like plants and machineries. No. They are in form of, number one, shares or stocks. Shares or stocks are financial assets. Once you have purchased it, then it becomes your own. You have a promise of future payments. That's why I said it gets its value from promise of future payments. Dividend is a promise of future payments. Even when it comes to capital gain, your capital, the shares appreciating over time, is a promise of future payments. I hope you understand. So it is easily tradable assets. Your shares, for instance, is something you can trade at any point in time. Once you want to sell it today, you can sell it today. Once you want to sell it tomorrow, you can sell it tomorrow. So they are easily traded assets. You can trade them at any point in time. So that's a major definition of financial assets. So let's look at it. Treasury bills also. We have made several videos on treasury bills. Treasury bills is also a financial asset. So don't just look at the physical assets, also look at the aspect of financial assets, as it helps you to have a chunk of different investments in your portfolio. But the moment you are looking at investments only as a physical asset, only as something that you can hold in your custody or that you can have in your custody, it limits what you have in your portfolio, in your investment portfolio. And don't remember that it is good to diversify, especially in an imbalanced economy. I hope you understand me. So let's move on. So treasury bills is also a financial asset. Then bonds and mutual funds. We have different types of bond, but the major ones that we know is the sovereign bonds, which is, for instance, the FGM bonds and the corporate bonds issued by the private sector. So mutual funds as well, ETFs, I don't know whether you have heard of ETFs, called exchange traded funds. So these are financial assets. These are financial assets. And if you stay tuned to this channel, that's what we talk about. We talk about finance, business, investments. So if you are yet to subscribe, kindly do by clicking on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that I can be notified whenever I release a new video. Let's move on. So the next one is commercial papers. Commercial papers. Commercial papers are also issued by the private sector, by businesses, in order to raise capital for their business. When they want to raise funds, so they issue it at a coupon rate. That, okay, if you are investing into this commercial paper, we are going to be giving you this percentage as your interest at the end of the day. And some are paid semi-annually, some are paid annually. So that is commercial paper. Then we have bills receivables. What are bills receivables? Those that are owing you money. We are not just talking about all these one or two debtors. We are talking about those that you have. There is a contractual right that you have. There is a written agreement. That's where the contractual right comes in. That this person is owing you. Maybe you have supplied the person maybe for a certain goods or maybe certain services. You have serviced the person, you have serviced the organization. Now they are owing you, but there is a contractual agreement. I hope you understand. That's another one. Pension funds. Your pension is also a financial asset. So you can see that looking at these things, by the time you put all of them together, you have a rich investment portfolio. Because when people don't know about these things, that's why they only think about real estate, they only think about what else can I buy. Meanwhile, there are other things. And the reason why we brought this to your notice is because I have seen many people invest in real estate. I'm a great fan of investing in real estate. I invest in real estate so much. But now, the reason why I believe that you should also think of financial assets is because real estate is not something that you can easily liquidate. It is not, except you are selling or at distress, except it is a distress sale. Maybe you quickly want to get it off market, and at times it's usually at a loss to the owner. So that's why you need financial assets in your investment portfolio. Investment that can easily be traded, so that when you need money, you are not thinking, oh, how do I get money now? I've seen so many people that are rich in real estate, but when it comes to cash or cash and cash equivalents, which are financial assets, they don't have it. So eventually, more or less like they don't have cash flow. They are cash crunch, and they are not able to meet up with their financial obligation. So that is why it is good to have financial assets in your portfolio. So that's for pension funds. Then the next one is crypto coins, crypto tokens. They are also financial assets, because when you have them, they are appreciating in value depending on when and how you bought them. Depending on when, especially, depending on when you bought them. Because when you buy, all these things we are talking about matters a lot. That is why timing is very important in investments. Then the last one is fixed deposits. We still have many financial assets. We have derivatives, we have debentures, so many. But I just limited this video to these ones that I want to talk about. Fixed deposit. If you also have a fixed deposit, a fixed amount in your deposit, in your fixed deposit account, it is also a financial asset. So the question is, which one will you be investing in after this video, so that you will not just be constrained to investing in physical assets? So quickly, let's look at examples of physical assets, because even when it comes to physical assets, when it comes to real assets, the only one that many people know is just real estate, which is buying lands, buying a property, but there are more. So let's quickly talk about some. Aside from real estate, then we have real metals, which is gold, silver. You can buy gold and keep it. You can buy silver and keep it. You can buy, if you can afford it, you can also buy diamond and keep it if you can afford. Then we have collectibles. We have collectibles such as artifacts, such as I don't know whether you have heard of something called baseball card. It is, they also buy it and you keep it, and it also appreciates in value. Baseball card, artifacts, they are collectibles. You can have them. Then if you have plant and machinery, they are also real assets. They are also real assets. Then we have oil wells, especially in oil producing countries. So this is the definition of financial assets and examples of financial assets, and also examples of physical assets. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do by clicking on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell, so that you can be notified whenever we release any video. On this channel, we talk about investments, business, and finance. So we meet in our next video. Stay blessed.